Can every other person see her? Please confirm to me if you can see her. Okay, every other person can see you except me. How
Wow.
interesting. Well, Flo, no problem.
All right.
No problem. Okay, so let me just do the introduction, then I'll bring you in. Just stay put where you are. Don't go anywhere. Don't go
All
anywhere.
right.
Okay, great to be here. Good evening, everybody. Joy. Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday and happy Mother's Day. Yes, it's another privilege to celebrate women. I think it's Women's Day, International Women's Day. So I'm happy to be a woman. If I come to the world again, yes, I'll be a woman. So shout out to everybody. Money Healthcare. Oh, my CEO. Shout out to you. Dr. Kenny. Shout out to you. So we're expecting every other person to join. So please let's invite other people to join us. We have been going in and out, trying to make sure everything is stable. But I guess we are getting stable now. So let us jump at it without wasting time because today is jam-packed already. My guest is ready already and she's ready for us. So without wasting, sorry, hold on. So without wasting time, I've been looking forward to today's sense for like many weeks because what we're about to discuss is very interesting. It's something that has been on my mind for a while, and I just see that when there's no purpose for something, abuse is inevitable. You see people come into choir, and you just see that they have a different agenda, they have a different motive, and you just wonder. It's like we have mixed crowd in our choir. That's why some people can afford to do some certain things in choir. Just wonder, what's up, what's going on. Someone was telling me somewhere. He said, in choir, àjẹ́ wà ńbẹ̀, oṣó wà ńbẹ̀, àwọn tí ò ní ọ̀run lọ, as in those that are not ready to go to heaven, that are not interested in this Christian journey, they are there. So you see all sorts of people in the choir and just wonder where did we get it wrong? So I think today is all about going back to the basics. Why are you in a choir? That is a question we need to begin to ask ourselves. So we have a wonderful minister in the house who will do a lot of justice to this topic. She's going to be teaching us. So please set your questions ready, and we are going to bombard her with questions. I know you are ready for her, and I know that God has prepared her already for such a time like this. Her name is Minister oluwaremilekun. She's a seasoned music minister, a songwriter, a passionate praise worship leader. Yes, she has an excellent poise, charisma, comportment to second to none. Yes, her impact has been so felt, and she has been a blessing to the kingdom of God, to the body of Christ. She is a graduate of geography with the prestigious University of Lagos. Yeah, and also a diploma in music performance from 10 String Music Institute. She's currently the music director of the Law School Global Choir. She's also privileged to serve as a pastor under the leadership of Pastor Sam Oluwatoye, where she feeds from. So we have two in one tonight. We have a pastor doubling up also as a music director of a global choir. Yes, when I say global choir, it's a choir that makes sense. I've seen them minister before, and I know that yes, she's sitting on a very privileged seat, overshadowing, as in covering a wide range of music ministers in the choir. So she's armed with a lot of information, experience to teach us, to to share our perspective as the Holy Spirit inspired her to. So please join me and welcome as we beat our drum and put our hands together. As I welcome, she's already here with us, Minister Anne oluwaremilekun. Hey. Okay, just funny, I cannot see you, but I can hear you. So I know.
Right.
So without wasting much time,
Don't worry,
let us just jump at it and
I can see you. Thank you very
no
much. It's a
problem. Since you can
privilege
see me, I hope I'm
here. I don't take it for granted. Thank you very much, Minister Shekina, for having me. It's a huge platform for me, and of course, I'm not taking it for granted. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I want to quickly recognize my team members. I had to tell them to join in, to join in. So TLC Global, I know I have a few of them, watching live, and I know that I trust God that that we would learn one or two things from what I'm about to share. God help us, Holy Spirit help us, in Jesus' name, amen. All right, so let's just go into the business of the day, and why am I in the choir? It's a purposeful question. It's a question of purpose. And I want to believe that everyone here on this platform are followers of Christ, and maybe they belong to a church choir or a gospel choir group. So I want to believe that I'm talking to followers of Christ, those who are called to, because I usually share with my team that, the choir group is not just a team. I personally, I see it as a ministry. I see it as a calling. So if you don't see it that way, then you might be having issues. If you don't see it as a calling, if you don't see it as a ministry, then you'll be finding it difficult to understand why you are in the choir. And I want us to know that whatever talent or skill you have is given to you by God. And of course, He expects you to use it for His glory in whatever way or the other. So either you join the church choir or you get a gospel choir group, to join. The most important thing is that you are fulfilling purpose, you are fulfilling the call of God. So, like I used to tell my team members that if you're not called, you cannot be here. I'm not saying you should not serve God, but you have to be sure that you are called. So if you know that you are not called, it's good to serve, but I will personally hand you over to another team. I will personally watch over you to be sure that you are serving in another team. But this particular team, you have to be sure that you are called, because being a member of the choir comes with a lot of things. It comes with a lot of things. And the truth about it is that God expects us to use what we have, what He has given to us, for His glory. Of course, God cannot call you, or God cannot give you a skill or a talent to sing, and you know so that you want to join maybe the traffic team. That is abuse of purpose, And God is expecting you to, like, okay, I've given you this, because he expects you to give back to Him what He has given you. And the truth is, you cannot give back to God what cannot be multiplied. So God has given you a gift, and you're not giving it back to Him. He will not multiply it. He won't multiply it. So once you are giving back to God what He has given to you, you will discover that you'll be climbing each level step by step, because He sees that you are faithful in this little that He has given to you. So He'll be handing over to you, responsibilities like helping you develop more skills, by the talent that He has given to us. So God is expecting us to give back to Him by releasing our skills for His glory. So why are you in the choir? Number one, you are in the choir because you have a skill. You have to identify, you have to know that God has given you that skill, so you can sing. That's why you are in the choir. Number one, you can sing. That's why you are in the choir. Glory to Jesus. Then, well, so after discovering the fact that you can sing, okay, maybe a friend, Shola, oh, you have a very beautiful voice. Come on, join the choir. Okay, someone has helped you see that, oh, you can sing. Then you join the choir. The choir comes with different gas goals. So once you discover that you can sing, then you join the choir. You now discover that so many things are just happening, and it is possible. It is quick for you to get carried away. Now, because you can sing, you join the choir. But we have some people who join the choir because their friend is in the choir, because they see it as an opportunity to meet each other every week for rehearsals and every service day. Some people join the choir, yes, because they can sing, and it's an opportunity for them to let the world know that I can sing. Glory to Jesus. Okay, so I have a member. He's no more in the country. He has traveled out of the country now. But I will tell my members that is my most consistent member in the choir. He cannot sing. He desires to sing, but he cannot sing. But he's always, like, you will know that this person is just focused. Okay, so he will come to me, he will tell me, okay, help me, I want to discover my key, I want to do this. So I'll give him assignments. And do you know that This man has been in the choir for almost 3 to 4 years, and he has never held a microphone, not
Mm.
even to back up. He has just been a member, like the general choir member. But he's been so consistent. When it's time for rehearsals, he'll be the first person to come. When it's time for meetings, he doesn't argue with choir uniforms. He doesn't
Mm.
argue with paying of dues. And I'm like, hey, this brother, I know that you desire this thing, and I'm sure you will get better. And he's been doing it intentionally, and
Mm.
it just began to get better. And I saw that God has a lot to do with him. You know, he was serving in the choir, and he was trusting God for something on the other hand. And
Mm.
at the end of the day, he just discovered that he has traveled out of the country, and I'm like, wow, like people could not believe it. I saw that he was serving truthfully, and that is
Mm.
one of the things that I want us choristers to learn. When you are serving God with what you have, when you are serving God wholeheartedly, God will also do your bidding. Like God will give to you whatever you're asking him for, because he knows that you are using your time to serve him. He would also give you his time. He will also give you his time. So some people join the choir because, oh, the choir, there are fine girls in the choir. So when I join the choir, I'll see my
My
own
God,
fine girl.
we love
and
Jesus.
and of course, and of course, we've had people successful relationship from from that. I know of a few of my friends that got married to someone in the choir, and they are doing well. So if that is your reason for joining the choir, it's not bad actually. It's not bad. Glory to Jesus. Then some people join the choir because they just love God, because they love God, and they see that this is the only way I can tell God back that I love you. Like I'm giving all of myself, to God, that God use me and everything. And you see, being in the choir comes with different distractions. So it is very easy for you to miss out of the purpose. It's very, very easy, because the choir comes with different dramas. Like, you know, I know that the choir team or the choir ministry, they are the ones that receive the most gazebos. I was watching
Yes.
one of these videos that trended sometimes ago, that I think they sang and the pastor said, "What are you singing?" and all of that. And you can imagine someone that have rehearsed and rehearsed, you come in for rehearsals like 3 times a week, coming for vigils. You are the one that would, you be the last person to leave church on a Saturday, all because you want, God to take all the glory, and you want everything to be perfect. And at the end of the day, somebody will come and say, "What are you singing?" It comes with so many things. But the Bible says that in Daniel 11:32, it says, "They that know their God." So you are not in the choir to serve anybody, you are in the choir to serve God. So regardless of the distractions, regardless of the drama, of the gospels, I used to tell my people that in our choir, if you don't develop thick skin, you cannot join. You cannot join, because by the time you are because by the time you are
Oh, I can't hear. Can you hear? Can you hear? Thank you.
aside that, you have to be amongst the instrumentalists. We have to fix some things. We cannot bug the church about it. You have to be the one to do it as a team. So it comes with a lot. It comes with a lot of commitments. It comes with a lot of financial commitment. It comes with a whole lot. It comes with a
Mm.
whole lot. So you have to know your God. Bible says that they that know their God shall be strong. So when you know your purpose, when you know the reason why you are there, because you know God, your knowing God will make you strong. It will serve as a pillar that whatsoever. I remember there was a time I nearly joined the choir in my church then, and we had one music director like that. He was fire for fire, and everybody was just leaving the choir. And I said, me, I will not leave. God has called me to this ministry. Nobody can make me leave. We are there together. If we will fight together, we will achieve the purpose together. Yes, we die here. We die here. It was like people were just, they can't bear it. It's so strict. It's this, it's that. And I want to encourage us that if you have a director that is kind of strict or something, don't think that he does not like you or something. Because at times, if you're a leader and you don't have that bit of choleric, people will mess you up. People will mess. So at times you have to be strict. You have to be strict because there's a purpose to achieve. And at the end of the day, of course, you can now call them together. My people, it's not like that. So, I used to tell my people that I am coconut outside and puff puff inside. So when we fight, we play, we fight, we play. It's not for anything. It's just to make sure that purpose is being achieved. So they that know their God will be strong, despite the fact that there are so many people that want to come and distract you, that want to come and... In fact, some people will tell you that you can sing, leave church choir. I have a secular band. I have a secular band. I don't worry. They will pay you. They will do this. So many distractions. I used to have a member then, and he told me that last one that I think it was like the second time he will be leading the song in the choir. And like somebody came to meet me in this church and told me that that we will pay you. We'll pay you. Come and join our band. And I said I should tell you. I said, number one, did God call you into this ministry? He said yes. If God is calling you into the choir ministry in TLC Global, then please be here. Be here because God has a lot He wants to do with you in this place. So they that know their God shall be strong, and they will do exploits. You will discover that it's not the same way you came into the team that you will be, because of course joining the choir team too will help you develop yourself. So at times, maybe when you are coming from, you are the local champion. When you get to a particular place, you discover that we have people who are, oh my God, who are fire, who can sing and all that. It will keep you on your toes. You will try to get better. I used to be in the banking industry. Of course, I had known that music is what I want to do. So even while I was in the banking industry, I used to tell them that music is my plan A, banking is my plan Z. I used to tell them. So I knew that, yes, I knew that there was so much more God wanted to use me for in the music ministry. I spent 8 years in banking, and I just decided to resign. I said I wanted to go to music school. Okay, I thought I would be able to, manage everything together, go to work and go to music school, but I discovered I wasn't working. So I made up my mind because I knew that this is what I want to do. This is just like, I know that I am called to do this, and I'm giving it everything it takes. I am not going to be distracted. I am focusing on this. This is what I want to do. And I resigned. People like, you resign, how will you eat? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I just feel that I want to do this. At first, people did not believe in me. That you left banking, you went to do music. How? And to God be the glory, I finished. And even before I finished, I began to see this transformation in my choir. Now the people now saw that, this music school you went to, we can see the results. So if God is calling you, if you know that God is calling you, please just stay. Just stay. And I would encourage you that don't get distracted. I know that I've had to handle so many cases. I still handled one today. My musicians, they were fighting. I had to, so many things. I had to tell them that fine, this is inevitable, but let's just solve it. Let's address the issue and let's move on. So there are so many dramas, so many things that could even discourage you. But because you have found purpose, because you know your God in this ministry, that alone should make you stay. And I can assure you, God will not give you beyond your capacity. God will not. You cannot wake up today and say, yes, I want to be a Dusi Oyekon. You cannot just wake up today. If you go back to their history, you will know that they've served in music group, in one ministry or the other, and look at where they are today. So you cannot just say that I want to blow like that. No. He that is faithful in little. So when God has put you in the choir ministry, why not stay there and serve? Because God has a lot to do with you in that ministry. God has a whole lot to do with you. So first you have to understand why you are there. Are you there because my friend says that I want to be seeing you every week? Because you are looking for a spouse? Are you there because you just want to show the world that I can sing? You have to first of all understand why you are there. When you understand why you are there, then you begin to see that you are fulfilling purpose. You are fulfilling purpose. And I was studying the Bible, Exodus 31, when we have Bezalel and Oholiab. They've been doing what they were doing. They've been doing their crafts. You understand? That's what they do. You understand? But God saw that okay. So it was just those were the people that God saw that they would be fit for the job. And what did He do? He anointed them specially. He didn't anoint them to go and fetch wood in the forest. He anointed them based on that skill. You understand that they have. So when God is seeing that, okay, I've given you this skill, I've given you this talent, and you are using it, you will discover that you begin to, like, God begins to anoint you, and you begin to do great things. You begin to do exploits. Why am I in the choir? You are in the choir to partner with your pastor, with your church, to win souls for Christ. Now, it is one of the most, like in our church, we have a compulsory reach out for all workers by 9 a.m. So we are saying that as a member of the choir, if you cannot reach out, who do you want to come and sing to? Who do you want to come and sing to? So you partner with the church to win souls for Christ. So if through your music, through your ministration on a Sunday, somebody came to give a testimony that while the choir were ministering, I experienced a transformation in my life. I want to give my life to Christ. Of course, that's as a member of the choir, that's also that soul, that crown, you understand, has been attributed to you as well. It has been attributed to you as well. So you've partnered with God, you've partnered with the church to win a soul. You've been able to, your music, your sound was able to heal somebody while the choir was singing. I felt a relief with my body. I came in sick, and now I am healthy. It is okay. So what does it profit a chorister to come on a Sunday and sing and nobody got blessed? So we have to understand why you are in the choir for you to be able to fulfill purpose. And I know that what I've said today would open our eyes, would open our understanding to see that we are not just in the choir. You're being in the choir. See, if you know that you are sure that God has called you to do this, you're being in the choir is not by fluke. There's a purpose. There's a purpose to fulfill. And if you can stay there, God will use you mightily. God will use you mightily to touch lives. God will use you mightily to change lives. God will use you mightily to transform lives. When you are in the choir, you'll be pushed.
Let me cut you short here.
Yes, ma'am.
I needed you to throw more light to what you just said. You were saying when you were explaining, and like you were saying that to be in a choir, you have to be called. That is, being in a choir is a ministry. We realize that most choristers don't see it as a ministry. They only see it as, okay, just joining one unit, let me just join one place. But with everything you have said, that being in a choir is like being in a ministry. Choir is a ministry. I think that is something that you need to really emphasize, because when you are called into something, when tough time comes, like you said, the choir is full of bad boys. I think the choir is a place where you will see a lot of bad boys. Only the called that can actually stand. That's why you said that those that know their God shall be strong and do exploit. We see it in many scenarios of people just leaving choir when going is getting tough, when the bats goes come, they
Yes.
can't stand because
Yes.
maybe because they are not called into the ministry. So I need you to like emphasize what you mean by being called, because people think that it's only pastor you can be called to be a pastor, you can be called to be an evangelist, but in the choir, well, they only call. Am I what's there? So maybe you should demystify that and break it down.
Okay, so by God's grace, I know that I have a few members that, in fact, not even a few members. Before I even became a leader in the choir, we have most of our pastors in church now. They started from the choir. They were discovered from the choir. So when I became the leader of the team, I've had a couple of people, pull out of the team to start up their own ministry. So it's like, okay, so if you're passionate about something, it's possible that God is actually calling your attention to that thing. Like, okay, maybe you're passionate about children, and like, is a sign that maybe God is calling you maybe to the children's ministry and all of that. So if you're passionate about music, if you're passionate about being in the choir, is a light to show that God is calling you into that ministry. And ministry is hard work. We read a book, Pastoral Ministry by Dagewad Mills. He emphasized that ministry is hard work. And when you are called, when God gives you a vision, it backs you up. It backs you up to fulfill that vision that God has given to you. So it's just like, why is it that we have the choir coming to minister before the pastor comes in to minister? The choir comes in to prepare the way, to prepare the ground. At times when you have a choir minister, or maybe when you have a worship session, you see that people are lost already in the spirit, and it makes the work of the pastor very, very easy. It's the work of the pastor very, very easy. So if you are not called to do that, the effect will not show. You won't see it. So because you're even passionate about the fact that you want to be here, it shows that you are called to be there. So you are seconded to a pastor. Why do we have choristers sit beside the altar? Why do we have them sit very close to the pastors? Why do we have them? It's not because that is where they're supposed to be. You understand? We see them as ministers. Why do we call them music ministers? You minister to people in music. You minister to people in song. At times when you sing, you have people, receiving their blessings, receiving their healings, receiving their miracles, even while you are singing. Do you understand? So it shows that it is a ministry itself. And for you to be there, it shows that God has called you to be there. So, like, if anybody, I've had people who would walk up to me, my members will say, Pastor, I think I want to step down. I think I want to. I don't plead, because for you to have made that decision to step down, it means that you are not called into this ministry. No, I don't plead though. All I would do is just that I would ensure that you are serving. I would ensure that you are serving in another team. The purpose, you have to serve, Sha. But for you to be in this team, you cannot just wake up one morning and say that I'm not doing again. It means you are not called. It means you are not called. If you are called, nothing will move you. I tell my people that I don't mind if you are 6, if you are 5. Let's just fulfill the purpose. Let's carry out the assignments, and let's attract our lights. Let's be sure that the people we are attracting are also called like us. It's very, very important, man.
True.
It's very, very important.
Wow. This is really, really very profound. I think the music ministry, the choir ministry, is a ministry for those who are called.
No, you have to be called.
You have to be called. I think this is just what the This is just this is just the
You just
need,
have to be called.
the big deal. You have to be. Well, we see so many scenarios where most people in the choir have no business being in the choir. They have no business.
Mm.
In fact, from their utterance, from their behaviors, from their characters, you will know that this one does not have. But maybe because the church has gotten to a point in which we just need people, sha. Just let us move on. Let us be plenty, as in, so all sort of human beings enter into the choir, both the ones that don't even know their left and the right. But the funny thing that sometimes alongside they get to know, it helps them to really know, okay, if they are there or they are not supposed to be there, you understand. But the problem that which brings me to my next question, the problem is now people who are in that place that do not supposed to be in that place are causing commotion, causing trouble, causing all sort of wahala. You know that they don't have any business in that place, but they are there. Some might stumble at this podcast, at this conversation, because this is not just done for just for the light of it. We are using it as a corrective tool, as a material. We are using it as a facilitating tool as well, so that we can bring order and structure to the choir space in our various choirs. You see people that are in the choir, they'll tell you that they are there because there's no other ministry or other places that suits them. They just want to be there. So they are the main people that seems to cause a lot of trouble, that one that have a lot of issues. They're always having one issue, because at the end of the day, you be hearing utterance like, if they don't want to, I'll go for them. I'll go. I say utterance that you know that why this thing Lara? As in, you are not so, you can't see there's a way it does you when you truly you are called into something. You are passionate. You can fight anybody because you so much love what you are doing. You know that this is an assignment for you. So even no matter how gbasgbos you receive, you stand your ground. You are still there. But it's not the same case for some other people. So I want you to talk to people who are in that shoes. You know that you don't have any business in the choir. Please talk to us. Talk to us. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, I think she's having a network challenge. Let's give her time to join back, or should we have her back? Hello, Mr. Han, are you still there? Okay, I think we should add her back. You have to be called to be in a choir ministry. To be in the music ministry, you have to be called. That's just it. Okay, she's back.
No, my apologies.
Okay,
Apologies.
thank God. Okay, so I guess you can see me now.
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I was asking a question before you left. I said I want you to address choristers, so to say, that have no business being there because they have joined the choir for a wrong purpose. They are there to escort people there. They don't have things doing on Saturday evening. Their Saturday evening seems to be free, so it's a night they can as well be in a place. They just are just there for the likes of it. They are not just. They don't even have any business being there, but they are there anyways. I want you to talk to such people because they seem to be the kind of people causing headaches, trouble, and giving their music director a lot of trouble, headache. And some might be listening, and some might listen later because this we are doing is not just for the light of it. We are using it as a corrective tool, as a material,
Yes.
as facilitating tools too. So I want you to also address people. Somebody find himself in a choir and know that I have no business being here. What do that kind of person? What will you say to that kind of person?
Okay, so I will say this, that in fact I'll be realistic. In the choir, it's not compulsory you join the music team in quotes So it's possible that you are unable to sing, but God is calling you as an administrator in the choir. What do I mean? We have some people that they are very good at organizing. You are very, very good at organizing programs, organizing, you can go up and down, you can choose choir uniform, you can, so it all just boils down to the fact that um you have to identify what God is calling you for. You can't just be in a place without a purpose. You can't be in a place. So in where I grew up, the church where I grew up, I was in the choir there, so I was pretty young. I was in the choir. So it was a very large choir. So we had a few people that, okay, these ones, we know that when it comes to singing the song, these are the people that will sing the song. When it comes to organizing, during maybe if we have multiple rehearsals and organizing what they will eat up and down, there are some people that, wow, they are fantastic. They are good at that. We have some people that, okay, they will be in charge of, maybe when there is an outing to go and minister somewhere, they would organize transportation, they organize this, the welfare of the choir. So I just want to clear the air that you might not really be in the choir to sing, as it were, like that. So if you understand your purpose of being in the choir, you will not cause trouble. You will not be the one that is causing trouble, because you understand your place in the choir. So then, in a local church, then when I was growing, we had some people that we call them the dancers, the choreographers. They know that they don't have any business with holding the microphone or something. They know that once the song has been dropped for us to go and score, what they are scoring is the dance movements. You understand? They don't have a business with, okay, scoring the parts, okay, at this point, we inverted. They don't have a business with that. What they have a business with is, choreography. Okay, we have to, learn the dance pattern, this song. You understand? So you don't have to necessarily be a singer like that. But you have to understand why you are there. You cannot just be in a place and be causing trouble. You can't. You are not the devil. You can't just be in a place. You have to understand what you are doing there. So it's just like having a bassist in the choir and saying that, okay, because I'm not playing bass guitar today, I am going to scatter the rehearsal. No, now you won't even join them. You go and be with your people. You understand? So if you cannot sing, like I told you, that my member, I said that traveled out of the country. Throughout the time we spent together, he never held a microphone, but he was there. He was supportive financially. He never missed his dues, and he was always like, he never complained about uniforms or anything. When it's time for sound check and everything, he's always there. He doesn't do sound check, he's just always there. You understand? So his own commitment is to a particular aspect of the team. So you have to know why you are there. You have to know why you are there. So for some people that you are not doing anything, you are not there financially, you are not there spiritually. you can't be there physically and be causing trouble. No, we will take you personally to go and serve in another team where you will be useful. We will ask you, what do you love to do? What has God called you to do? If it's the children ministry, we'll take you to the children's church and we'll ensure that you are serving there. The most important thing is that you are serving.
Amen. Okay, somebody is writing this. Somebody said, I think choir leaders have to note the different categories and create them so that people can be encouraged to find their place, so as not to get jealous. Because I've seen choirs, I've been into choirs, which is either you sing or you sing. If you cannot sing, you are useless. And there are some people, like, because it took me time to understand that in the choir there are different departments. There are people that
Yes.
necessarily do not sing, but they bring a lot of value to the table. So I want to
Yes.
speak to choir leaders, a music director out there who does not understand this dynamic, because we have so much gathered, a lot of people. If you cannot sing, that is all. Then that's where jealousy, envy begin to, and a lot of katakata begin to, because a lot of
Yes.
people are there, they don't even understand why they are
Yes.
there, because there's no job for them to do. So I want you to talk to
Yes.
choir leaders and music directors. How do they identify this? How do they create categories? What are the other categories, units, in subunits in the choir that people can
Okay.
also find
Yes.
expression?
Okay. So a member of my team walked up to me like two weeks ago. He sent me a message. He said that he is a content creator, although he loves to sing, but he's passionate about doing media, creating content and all of that. I said, wow, beautiful. Although our team has a social media page, but we've not been paying attention to it. When he spoke to me about it, I was like, wow, okay, you don't have to leave the choir. You can just handle our social media page. You can create content with the choir. You can get shots of administrations, praise worship, rehearsals, and all of that, and you know, um, um, create the content and put it on social media. So you don't have to necessarily climb the altar and sing. And he was glad because he's passionate about doing that as well. So I said, oh, that's beautiful. That's another arm that can be created. You have someone there who would help you handle it. So he's in the choir, and at the same time he's fulfilling purpose. His passion is like he's finding purpose. You understand? He's fulfilling purpose because he loves to do content creation, he loves social media, he loves media. You understand? But he's in the choir. You understand? So I think we can, as choir leaders, I think we need to, be open to, having so having these departments in the choir. Is just like a church. In the church we have different systems. We have the evangelism, we have the feedback, we have the ministry, we have the membership, we have the fivefold ministry in the church. The pastor cannot do everything. It's not even about preaching. If you preach, and no member is coming, who do you want to preach to? You understand? So you have the evangelism who will take care of, how to ensure that you organize programs that, would make people come to church. Recently I have a sub team in the team that they're like, oh, Pastor, let's come up with a concert now. Let's do something. I'm like, okay, beautiful. Go and plan it, write your proposal and bring it. You understand? So we have people like that. You as the leader cannot do everything. When you are not El Shaddai, you will die now. So you can't do everything. You need to create, like that person rightly said, you need to create, this sub teams in your team so that everybody will be able to find purpose. We have some people that I have some people in my team that when you ask them to lead song, there is wala. But when you ask them to back up, oh my God,
They are beautiful.
Yes. So we have different people like that. So the most important thing is that you have to allow your people as well, help them discover what God has called them to do. Help them discover what God has called them to do. Don't enforce something on somebody. Don't say that, okay, because you are the one that is giving us plenty money, you are the one that will lead song today. And no, you have jeopardized the purpose of the assignments. You have jeopardized the purpose of the assignments. So as a leader, like that person rightly said, you have to you have to make this thing visible and allow people understand their purpose. You have to, make them know that, oh, I can function well in this area, and I'll feel fulfilled at the same time. At the end of the day, choir no ni gbogbo wa.
Wow. I hope our music directors, I hope we are learning, because you'll be shocked that some choirs, these are obtainable, but in some choirs, they don't really get this done. It's either you sing or nothing. So that's why we do what we are doing, to equip, to educate music directors as well, to see that not everybody must sing in your choir. Gone are the days when you begin to force people to sing, and when they don't sing, you begin to shame them and make them feel less of
Yes.
themselves. At the end of the day,
Yes.
people go into the choir burnt. No wonder our choir space has been turned into a battleground. People are always hurt and shattered
Mm.
and broken because they have
Yes.
not really
Yes.
understood that this is their uniqueness. This person is
Yes.
unique in this way. So allow the person to shine. Not that you are now making comparing the person. Can't you sing like so? Can't you sing like Lagbaja? Before you know it,
Mm.
we are no longer complimenting each other in our choir space. We are now
Mm.
competing. There are some people that are
Mm.
they can't sing. They are good in AWI. Just give them AWI. That
Yes.
dialect. They will do the
Yes.
AWI as in,
Yes. They'll
but they
do it
can't
and
help
do
you
it
to
well.
modulate. They can't do transverse. They can't switch parts and all that. But they are good in AWI. And the moment you start comparing
Mm.
that person with one soloist who can climb keys on keys, you have killed that person. So our choirs can be an educative tool for people to discover who they are, not that a place where
Yes.
people
Yes.
are brought down. Because when you hear people that just leave choir angry, you ask them, why did you leave your choir? What happened? When they open their mouth and start telling you what they have been through, it was that a choir or a toxic center? Why? Because most music directors don't really understand what you have just said. I just
Yes.
hope that they
Yes.
get to understand it. Now, another question I want to ask Mr. Han. This is a very, 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 a very important question. Most people see join the choir as a meal ticket or a platform or a means to get a platform where they will have access to host their personal program, shoot their concert and all that, and have opportunity to, will I say, to blow. And once they join that choir, when they don't now see that thing coming, you begin to hear murmuring under, they don't recognize us, they don't, that kind of thing. Because every choir member, and most churches that have been able to talk to their people one on one, because of what we do, we have opportunity to talk to people in various choir. I see that the complaint is the same most of the time. In-house, they don't value in-house. It's outside that they value. Please address this. Should that be the motive of joining the choir? Because most people, I see that they look for high churches that have this kind of thing. Go and join the choir and sit down there. Even if the church is so far from their house, they don't care. Why? Because their eyes is on, my blood be by. So please, we address this issue for us and put it back into
Okay,
this.
ma. Okay, see, the truth about it is that if you serve God, mm, one day you will blow. If anyone comes to me and say, I want to join the choir, there are a few questions I will ask you, and I'll tell them, I will say, well, it's very good for you to join. You understand? I promise you a platform in this place, but you will work for it. You will serve. You can't just come and just
Mm,
do boa like that. No, you will serve. Oh. You will serve. In fact, when you join a choir, you might not even hold mic for, for the next 1 or 2 months. It's just to check your motives. It's just to
mm,
check your motives. Because
mm,
I know that if God is calling you to this place, you will stay. But if God is
mm.
if your motive is not right, you won't be able to bear whatever is coming. You will go. You
Yeah.
will go. So I just feel that let's just motive is very important. What's your motive for joining the choir? In my choir, once we discover you, and I would like to say this, that music directors should give room for discovery as well.
Mm,
Music directors should please give room for discovery, because we have some people that, okay, so joining the choir for them, would help them really, really discover that they can do so many things that they don't even know they can do. So if you give them the room, to explore at the same time, it will help them discover themselves. But as regards you blowing, you will serve. You will serve.
mm,
So if you can't serve, then you are not meant to be here. You will serve. So,
mm,
and I don't believe that there's any church that would admit somebody to the choir and like that, and you just do boa like that. I'm sure you will serve. I'm sure there's a place
mm,
of service to test your motive for joining
mm,
that thing.
mm,
So you have to serve. You have to serve. Even if
mm.
you can do all the riffs and runs in this whole wild world, you will serve. You will serve. And while you are serving, we begin to discover you. We begin to discover what you can do, and begin to, hand over responsibilities to you. But you will serve. You can't just think that you will come and blow like that and come and use our church to blow. No,
Service
can't use
is
our church to blow.
key. I
Yes,
think
you will
that's
serve.
just the word. The service is key. I think most of the time people don't want to serve. They just want to just be. They don't want to go through the hurdles of being a choir member, because I believe that being in church, being in choir is like a rugged place where you are really molded, where
Yes,
your everything or inside of you will be tested. Your people skills, your emotional intelligence, your
yes,
physical, everything
yes,
will be tested. So if you can
yes,
successfully pass through that ordeal, I think God, the Holy Spirit, will use that to train you even to be a great tool in His hands. But if you cannot cope
yes,
on a quiet space, you cannot serve, you cannot come for rehearsals, you cannot do so many things. You cannot, you are not diligent enough to handle those little things. Then how will you handle it when you come up? I think that is one of the key things you just said. Service is key. Wow.
yes,
I hope we are all taking notes,
yes.
because this has been a
Service is
very,
key.
very loaded session. Very, very, very loaded session. And we are really privileged to have Pastor Han in the house. We are really, really privileged to have you. So
Wow.
please, I want you
Thank you.
to talk to give us a parting word, as in talk to choir members in general on why they are in the choir, please.
Okay. So I would like to say this, that when God has called you to do something, when God has given you an assignment, He will back you up. He will back you up. Don't be moved by whatever happens around you. Don't be. I know that it could be challenging, it could be rigorous, but God has a plan for you. God has a plan for you. There is, see, everybody's time is coming. You understand? Your time was one day you will be heard. You will be heard. You just stay where God has placed you, and I can assure you that you will not regret it. You will be heard one day. Just as we are hearing to see you now, Simisola Bebi, Pastor Nathaniel Bassi, and all, you will be heard. You will be heard. And by then, you will be able to tell your story, that you had passed through all the hurdles and everything, and God has seen you through. So that's
Wow.
all I have to say.
Wow, 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 wow. Mr. Han, you are coming again. Oh, I'm publicly inviting you. You are coming again. God is just part one. There's a lot to drill
Wow.
inside from your wealth of experience. I've learned a lot personally. Thank you so much, so much. Please
Thank
let
you.
us appreciate Mr. Han. Let's
Thank you
appreciate
for
her. Please
having
follow her
me.
on her
Thank you so
social media
much. It's a
handles. She has
privilege.
a lot to offer. God bless you.
Thank you
So you
so
can
much.
take
Amen.
you can take your exit while I just give a
All
round
right,
of
ma.
the program.
All
Yes,
right, ma.
thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much. Thank you so
Yes,
much. We
ma.
are loaded. Okay. It's been a privilege to do this. I'm sure we know why we are in a choir. This is a question that I ask myself from time to time. Why am I here? Did I come here? Did I hear well? Why am I here? Why are you in that choir? This is a question you have to ask yourself every time. It should be a kind of reappraiser, so that when you begin to derail, you can quickly address yourself, correct yourself, and put yourself in alignment. Why am I here? Why did I join this choir? Why did I come here? Now, if you begin to ask yourself that question, you can really trace back when you begin to have the gbas moment, because gbas moment will come. Some people will ask, what is the gbas moment? Like Mr. Ann said, is it the period, I call it baptism of fire, when the stress of the choir comes so much. Maybe you are doing back to program. You have to double up in your workplace too. You have to double up in the home front. You have so many things, and at the same time, you see that someone is stepping on your toes, or someone is getting you angry. At the same time, I think the whole gbas of normal choir life comes. Will you be able to stand your ground? Will you be able to say, this is where God has called me? That's why she stressed the fact that you have to be called to be in the choir. You can't escort somebody. You can't follow come with somebody. You can't just stroll in and say, okay, I just want to be here. I can sing. Even people who cannot sing are in the choir. So being in the choir is not because you can sing. Because even if you cannot sing, you can still be in the choir, provided you are called to do that assignment that God has called you to do. You understand? Play that role God has called you to do. She also said something like, you are there to partner with the pastor to bring souls to Christ, to bring souls to Jesus. That's one of the key assignments why you are in the choir. So we are in the choir to win souls in partnership with our pastors, in partnership with the set man of the house. We cannot do our own agenda. That is why we are in the choir, to align ourselves with the vision of the church and to win souls to Christ. So that's most of the time why you see that choir seat is always on the altar. Some people with the seat very close to the pastor because they are also ministers. So she also stressed the fact that the choir is like a church in a church. So there are different ministry arms of expression. So find a place where you can express yourself. Find a place where you can stay and hone yourself and hone your onions and do what God has asked you to do without getting envious or jealous of someone. If you know who you are, understand what God has called you to do in that choir. No matter how people do exploit beside you, you are only complimenting them. It's a win-win for everybody because it's a team spirit. You are happy, you are excited because the choir is moving forward. You are not envious, you are not slighted, you don't feel intimidated because you too, you are doing your own. You are bringing your own quota as well. Imagine a choir where everybody knows what they are supposed to do. The people in the background know what they are supposed to do. The choreographers, I just heard today that some choirs have choreographers in the choir. That is the flag dancers. They're also in the choir. You can't sing, but you can dance. You can still be in the choir. So as people are scoring song, knowing they are auto, then tenor and all that, you are scoring the beat. Okay, this is what we do. This, I think in Fountain of Life they have something like that too. Also involve the choir. So people they draw. They are drawers. They are painting. As worship is going on, they are expressing themselves through painting, and it's always prophetic. So many things can be arms of the choir can be split into different giftings so that you can find, at least there will be a place where you can find, you can express yourself. At the end of the day, we are all a team. We work together. So the eyes will not be jealous of the nose will not be jealous of the teeth or the tongue or the mouth. Everybody has their own role in the choir space. And I think with this, we'll be able to understand why you are in the choir. And if by adventure you have seen all these things and you see that I don't need to be in this place, I have no business. Yes, this is not my day. Then it's not late for you to back down, step down, and begin to ask God to show you where you ought to be. And I believe everybody is fine at the end of the day. No wahala, no drama. Okay, it's a wrap today. Thank you so much for coming in, for joining in. I'll be posting this on my Instagram page. I'll also be posting on my YouTube page for us to go re to re-hear it and relearn and all that. And I believe to be a good place for you to really hear something. Some of the things we have said, you know it already. But Bible says faith cometh by hearing and hearing. So the more you hear, the more you understand. If you're in that situation where you want to leave your choir because you are tired of the gospel, you are tired, ask yourself, why am I here in the first place? If you can answer that question, then you stand the test of time. So till I come your way again, please watch out for this space. A lot of things are going to be happening soon on my space. Watch out for it. I'm having a new single very soon, dropping it Easter Ayombo. Wow, I'm excited already, and I know you can't wait to see it. To be a blessing to you. Follow me on my Instagram page and all my social media page. I love you all. I love you so much. Thank you from your girl Shekinah T. Bye.